Hey guys, Miss Varian here. Unit 4, Note 7 today, we are multiplying polynomials. So yesterday it was just like a 2 by 2. Today we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at a 2, 3, 4 by a 2, 3, 4. So we're going to change a couple of things up a little bit. So still kind of the same questions that you asked yourself yesterday. First things first, is there anything outside the parentheses? If there is, you want to distribute that into only the first set of parentheses. Okay. Then you are going to have to set up your box. Now, the difference with this is we had a 2 by 2 box yesterday because there were only 2 terms in each of the parentheses. If I give you 2 terms in the first one and 3 terms in the second one, you're going to need a 2 by 3 box. Okay? You just have to determine how many terms you have, and that'll tell you how many rows and columns you need in your boxes. What operation am I using then? Remember, if there's nothing in between there, we are multiplying these things out. And when you multiply the big numbers, add the little numbers. Okay? Your last step is to always write everything out and see if you can combine any like terms. Can you add anything together? So let's look at this example here. I have 4x plus 9 times 2x squared minus 5x plus 3. I have 2 terms in the first set of parentheses, so I know that I'm going to need 2 here. 2 rows, and then I have 3 terms in the second set of parentheses, so I'm going to need 3 different columns. So I'm going to need a 2 by 3 this time. So I have 4x plus 9, and then I have 2x squared minus 5x plus 3. So you are going to go ahead and you're going to do the same exact thing that you did in the last lesson. You just have to do it a couple more times. So I'm going to do 4x times 2x squared. That's going to give me 8x to the third, because remember, you multiply the big numbers, add the little ones. I have 2x squared times 9x, so I'm going to get 18x squared. I have 4x times negative 5x. I get negative 20x squared. 9 times negative 5x is going to give me negative 45x. 4x times 3 is going to give me 12x, and 9 times 3 is going to give me 27. So what we're going to do is you're going to kind of see you have like terms happening, but we're just going to write it all out and then combine anything together. So I have 8x to the third plus 18x squared minus 20x squared minus 45x plus 12x plus 27. So I'm going to put my x squareds together. So I have 8x to the third minus 2x squared. I'm going to put my x's together, minus 33x plus 27. None of those are like terms, so that I know I am completed with this problem. Let's try this one. So I have a 2 by 3. So I'm going to do the same type of setup for that box, 2 by 3. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write out what I need. So I have 3x minus 5. And then I have 2x squared plus 7x minus 8. So 3x times 2x squared is going to give me 6x to the third. Negative 5 times 2x squared is going to be negative 10x squared. 3x times 7x is 21x squared. Negative 5 times 7x is negative 35x. 3x times negative 8, negative 24x. Negative 5 times negative 8 is going to give me 40. So I'm going to write out everything I have. I always go highest power to lowest power. So 6x to the third minus 10x squared plus 21x squared minus 35x minus 24x plus 40. Combine your like terms. So I get 6x to the third. Negative 10 plus 21 is going to give me plus 11x squared. Negative 35 minus 24, negative 59x, and then plus 40. So now we're going to take it one step further. I have the 7 out front. So what we have to do is distribute that 7 to everything in that first set of parentheses. So I'm going to end up with 7x squared minus 14x plus 35 times 3x squared plus 4. So I have 3 on the first one and 2 on the second one. It still is going to end up being a 2 by 3 or whichever way you want to draw it. I just be consistent. So I know that the 2 thing that I have, this has the 2, so that's going to go on the side. So 3x squared plus 4. And then I have 7x squared minus 14x plus 35. So we're going to multiply 3x squared times 7x squared is 21x to the 4th. 7x squared times 4 is 28x squared. 3x squared times negative 14x, we get negative 42x to the 3rd. Negative 14x times 4, negative 56x. 3x squared times 35 is 105x squared. And then 4 times 35 is 140. So we're going to write everything out and combine our like terms. So I start with the highest power. Well, I have 21x to the 4th. Then I have minus 42x to the 3rd plus 28x squared plus 105x squared minus 56x plus 140. Ooh, we're almost ran out of room there. So the only 2 things I can combine are these x squared. So I'm going to have 21x to the 4th minus 42x to the 3rd. 28 plus 105 is plus 133x squared minus 56x plus 140. Getting long here. All right, here's our last one. So this one I have 3 different things going on. What you're gonna need to do is we need to figure out what this is going to give me first before I can multiply it by the second one. So right now that's a 2 by 2. We did this in this last one. So I'm gonna have x minus 4, 2x plus 5. So when I multiply it through, I'm gonna get 2x squared minus 8x plus 5x minus 20. So I'm going to write that out. This whole thing right here is going to give me 2x squared plus 5x minus 8x minus 20. When we simplify, we're going to get 2x squared minus 3x minus 20. And I still have to multiply that by the 2x plus 1 all the way up here that we haven't touched yet. So now I'm going to do a 3 by 2 box for that. So there's my 2 by 3. I have a 2x plus 1. And then I have a 2x squared minus 3x minus 20. Multiply through. 4x to the 3rd. 2x squared. Negative 6x squared. Negative 3x. Negative 40x. And negative 20. So now we're going to write everything out and combine our like terms. So I have 4x to the 3rd plus 2x squared minus 6x squared minus 3x minus 40x minus 20. So I'm going to combine my x squareds and my x's. I have 4x to the 3rd. 2 minus 6 is going to give me negative 4x squared. Negative 3 minus 40 is negative 43x minus 20. So if you have any questions on this, there's a lot of that goes into it, but it's kind of the same process every time. But just make sure you come up and chat with me before moving on. You don't want to be confused on this. Good luck.